Welcome to Fifth Dimensional Life, Mass Human Awakening. I'm Lise, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being here. I'm going to be talking about mass psychogenic illness and the causes of it, what's going on in the world. It is all coming to the forefront right now. This search term, as well as mass sociogenic illness, disorder, epidemic hysteria, mass hysteria. These search terms blew up recently when Joe Rogan had Dr. Malone on his show, and Google had to change their algorithms for people not to see this information, because this is what's happening to society is mass hysteria. Everyone who's watching the media, they have been hypnotized into this state. The media uses flickering techniques to put people in an alpha brainwave state. They've also used repetitiveness and to put people into a trance-like hypnosis state as well. So this mental illness, it involves the spread of symptoms through a population where there's actually no infectious agent responsible for the contagion, whatever. We have cold and flus all the time. This is how our immune systems work. This is normal. We've had this forever and ever and ever. In many cases, the ICU numbers have been the same the last 8 years, especially here in Canada where I live. A lot of times, certain months, they've been lower. The ICU numbers have been lower for people who have colds and flus than they have been even in 2017 when we had H1N1 really bad and other things. But the main thing here is the oligopoly money grab, the politicians racketeering with the big oligopolies. And this is what they've done to the general public, is put them into such a state of fear that they have this mass psychogenic illness that's causing these symptoms. They are hypochondriacs, full-on hypochondriacs. And here's a couple things, overviews of it. And really what's really going on in the body is that, because we have two nervous systems, we have the parasympathetic and we have the sympathetic nervous systems. So parasympathetic is your rest and digest, stay and play. It's where your body's able to function. Your organs are working properly. Your immune system is functioning properly. When you're in a state of fear, your nervous system switches over to sympathetic nervous system mode. That is your fight, flight, or freeze mode. Your brain produces tons of chemicals like adrenaline and quite a few other hormones that kicks you into full gear. Your blood, instead of being in your organs and pumping throughout your brain, it goes into your muscles and kind of goes to the outer extremities of your body, so you're able to fight or flight, run really fast. And those chemicals are only supposed to be released for 30, maybe 60 to 90 seconds at the most, and you get this rush from it. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it quite a lot in his videos, and humans can get very, very easily addicted to these hormones, these stress hormones, cortisol as well. There's this really cool thing of a whole bunch of Dr. Joe Dispenza quotes here, and I just search for the word addicted. So if the hormones of stress are like a narcotic, we could turn on the stress response just by thought alone. Then we can get addicted to our thoughts. People can get addicted to the adrenaline and the stress hormones, and they start using the problems and conditions in their life to reaffirm their emotional addiction. So they can remember who they think they are, the bad circumstances, the bad relationship, the bad job, the bad media, the bad sickness, the bad school, the bad people who aren't wearing masks, the bad people, the anti-vaxxers, blah, 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 blah. All those bad things, all of that is in place because the person needs to reaffirm their emotional addiction. These hypochondriac people who are in this a constant state of fear, they are addicted to the adrenaline and stress hormones of this whole psychogenic mass hysteria illness. The media has turned people into hormonal, emotional drug addicts, literally. And just being able to know that, to come to the realization of that, is a massive breakthrough. It's, you know, it's huge. We need to be sharing this information, especially if you have family members who are so bought and sold into the media. That's how their brain is functioning through that. They have such deep emotional ties and connections to what the media is saying, with the government, the health officials. Maybe it's their work as well. If they work in the medical care system, they are so tied into this, and it makes up their paradigm of their mind. And when you switch that paradigm off, a lot of those stress hormones, they won't be there. And then their addiction will come back, and they'll feel like unwell, and they want another hit. So they'll go back to the media or go back to their workplace and feel that fear again, that emotional fear. And, just to get that other chemical stress hormone adrenaline hit again. And this is a very dangerous cycle that needs to, start to be unraveled. We need to start healing this emotional stress addiction with people. So here's some other things that's really coming out here that I'm pretty excited about too, is that the lies are coming out finally about media lies. And again, the media is paid and bought out by the big pharma oligopolies. And, it's a systematic issue. So they, they try and cover up their tracks, but now it's all coming out in the open. It's all unraveling. Japan, as well as India and quite a few other countries, they are using this really, really important life-saving early treatment that is, putting their whole medical system at ease now. It is a wonder drug. And, it's not going to be safe and effective for every single person, but they have those warnings on there. They have things, there's lots of other types of early treatment options out there. And this is one of the ones that is very safe and very effective. And it's been around for 60 plus years, and it's approved by the FDA. It's approved for human use, animal use. It is such an effective drug. The main issue with it is that it's so old that there's no patent on it, and big pharma cannot make enough money from it. They can make tons, they make billions off of their vaxes. So there's some European newspapers that are officially putting out statements that we failed. They did not actually do what they're supposed to do with journalism, like proper, real journalism. They were just doing fear-driven coverage. And now they have publicly apologized in Denmark as well as in Germany too. They put out these official statements saying, we are very sorry, especially specifically to children as well. So again, all this stuff's coming out. Stand your ground, step into your power, tell people, I'm no longer going to be fear-mongered or coerced into this. I'm not, going to be scared into any of this psychogenic illness. Enough is enough. We're done. So I hope you learned a lot about this and about Dr. Joe Dispenza and about there's so many different early treatment options that need to be made available to everyone. So we can move forward with our lives and actually start doing productive things for humanity. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.